àgbẹ̀ ló láyé ò láyé fi gún. Àgbẹ̀ ló láyé ò láyé fi gún.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìlú tí ò bá ságbẹ̀ lébi ọ̀gbàgbà fọwọ́ mẹ́kẹ́ tí máa ń bá wọn múlẹ̀ bí ẹ̀gbẹ́ iṣu. Show me a city without farmers and I will show you a land of farming. Nítorí àwa mọ pàtàkì àwọn àgbẹ̀ láwùjọ la ṣe ṣàgbékalẹ̀ ikọ̀ Voice of the Farmers. Ohùn fún àwọn àgbẹ̀ Voice of the Farmers jẹ́ ikọ̀ tó ń dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn àgbẹ̀ jákèjádò nípa ìṣètò àwọn ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó yè kooro lóòrèkóòrè lórí ìlànà à ń gbà ṣiṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lọ́nà tí yóò fi pé ni ìgbélárugẹ àti àyẹ́sí àwọn àgbẹ̀ education, celebration and promotion of farmers. Voice of the Farmers. Voice of the Farmers wà lórí àwọn ìtàkùn káyélujára bíi Facebook, Instagram àti Thread at Voice of the Farmers. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la tún wà lórí YouTube at Voice of the Farmers TV. A tún máa ń ṣe ìsopọ̀ láàárín àwọn àgbẹ̀ àti àwọn alágbàtà èrè oko tó fi mọ́ àwọn ọjà tó tọ́ láti ta èrè oko sí kí èrè oko wa má bàa ṣòfò. We link farmers to the right market for sale. We also help farmers to market their farm produce. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé ẹ lè kàn sí Voice of the Farmers lórí àwọn nọ́mbà wọ̀nyí 0907 872 8288 tàbí 0706 662 8752. Voice of the Farmers. Ohùn àwọn àgbẹ̀. We celebrate, educate and promote farmers.
Yes, good evening wherever you're watching us from. Let me say good day wherever you're watching us from. My name is Garuba Fizolumide. You know, when it comes to everything about agriculture, that is where you're going to definitely see me. Yes, I'm an advocate, yet this farmers advocate that always see how I can link farmers to the government and also make sure that our farmers are really doing a very good job. You know, when it comes to capacity building, when it comes to training, when it comes to some other things in the agricultural sector, that is what we do at Voice of the Farmer. And yes, I happen to be the founder of Voice of the Farmer. So I'm saying a very big thank you to all our followers out there. And I also want to say congratulations to all our youth out there. Happy International Youth Day. Yes, it's always it's a fun day today, and you know we are celebrating, and we are also trying to see how we can make ourselves happy. And while we are celebrating, we are also trying to see how we can remind ourselves about some things that we need to know when it comes to some of the things that we need to do, especially attaining food security in our nation. And you could remember probably some hours ago, that is 5 p.m. we hosted some guys, that is people that knows what they're doing in the agri sector, that is Mr. Stephen Kukola and also Mr. Emeka Christian. And now, you know, before people will start dragging me, that Olumide, you just like talking to guys, waiting up yourself. Now I say, okay, now let me just make it gender balance now. Yes, exactly. So we also have our ladies, our female in the agri space that are doing very good. And that is why we are going to be having a conversation with them this evening, just to let them also lend their voice and also let us know the role they can play in also attaining food security in our nation. And that is why we have them at the back end to also talk to us about some things they can do just to make sure, yes, we attain food security in our nation. You agree with me that, yes, definitely our country is suffering. We are battling with what we call food insecurity, and definitely food security should be everybody's concern. And that is why we are talking to ourselves and giving ourselves advice, letting us see some opportunities that we can also harness in getting some things done. And that is why we have some people at the back end that will be talking to us about what we need to know when it comes to food security in our nation. Let me just go straight to them and bring them on board, because we have like an hour to discuss this topic that we're going to be talking about, how to attain food security in our nation. I'm coming. Yes, we have someone at the back end there that will be joining us from, yes, just, you know, that is just the power of social media. Yes, she's very far from where I am, and you know, it's even late now, but definitely from where she is, we connected together, and definitely she wants to learn our voice. Good evening, Miss Victoria Olabode.
Good evening, Mr. Olumide. It's amazing to be in this program. Thank you very much. Happy International Youth Day to every youth out there.
Yes, I know it's always different, you know, when it comes to ladies. You know, I know when guys are talking in the afternoon, you know, everything is just deep, alpha. But now when it comes to ladies, now everything is just soft. So I love the fact that it's always soft when it comes to ladies. You know, now let's go straight to the point now. You know, for people meeting you for the first time, you know, myself, we met on social media, that is LinkedIn, and see the power of social media. Now we are connecting and interacting now. So I would like you to introduce yourself to our people watching us out there, probably outside the country and also in Nigeria as well. Let them know who you are and what you do in the agri space.
Okay, good evening, everybody from Nigeria. Good day to everyone out there. Happy International Youth Day. It's a really, really big privilege to be on this show. Thank you very much, Mr. Olumide. I am Victoria Olabodi. I am the founder of Fovic Empire, and I'm in the agri production space. I specialize in the production of maize and soya beans here in Plateau State, Nigeria. I am also a climate change activist, a sustainable agriculture advocate, and I'm very loud about employment for the youths and those disadvantaged in the society. So that's what I do. I'm basically into the production space. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the fact that I'm hearing I'm the founder, I'm this, I'm that. Yes, that is what I want to hear. It's always good. Like we need to start seeing how we can also create job for ourselves. We keep complaining that there is no job. When you say there is no job, then create one, and that is what you have just done, Victoria. So well done. That is a good one from you. Now, what we are going to be looking at today is we want to talk about the roles of youth in attaining food security. And this afternoon, I have some guys from different sectors. One is from the tech, one is from the vegetable farming, the crop, and they really said something that is amazing. And I know you, as an advocate, an activist, a practicing farmer, that you are doing something that is even spectacular. You are doing maize and soya beans. That is awesome. And I know Victoria is a big girl. Yes, doing something like that makes it be a big one. That is a good one. So let me just go straight to the point now. What will you say, in your own opinion? Everybody have different definition to different topics. Now, we are talking about food security. At some point, someone was telling me that food security is all these people that always secure food now, that they guide food so that people will not eat the food. That was their own definition. But I was like, that is not what food security is. So, in your own opinion, what will you say food security is?
Okay, food security in my world means having reliable, sufficient, safe, and affordable nutritious food for the people in the country, and not just having the abundance of food. Food security is beyond having abundance of food. It is when we come to a place where those that the society call the poorest of the poor can access good and affordable, and not just affordable, nutritious food, because you can have access to food but it's not nutritious. Where a country have come to the place where the people you call poorest of the poor can afford nutritious food. That is food security. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. I love the fact that you definitely talk about nutrition. It is sometimes it's possible you have access to abundant food, but do you have that nutrition there? That is just
Yeah.
the nutritional value is not there. Sometimes you're having access to maybe some of these spoiled maybe crops or something. That doesn't make you to have what we call food secure. That is a good one. I think almost all of us are saying the same thing about food security. That is, we are talking about availability, affordability, we are talking about nutrition, we are talking about utilization, which is a good one from us there. That is a good one. Thank you very much for giving us that insightful word. Now, going straight to you now, I know you are a Nigerian. As a matter of fact, I get to know that you are a Badagrian too. So when you are a Badagrian, that means you to be a Nigerian. That is a good one from you there. So now, what will you say the current position of, yes, the food security in our nation now? What will you say it is now?
Wow. Food security in Nigeria is at one of the worst places currently. Like we have not had it as bad as this for a very long time. So many data coming in from so many people that have carried out research, and it has shown that Nigeria is currently suffering heavy food insecurity. From Global Hunger Index, it shows that Nigeria is the 109th most hungry country in the world out of 125. Also, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization also stated that over 22% of Nigerians are hungry. That's about 82.9 million or so are actually suffering hunger. And during this lean season, that is from August to December, over 25 million will suffer severe hunger. So I would say the food security in this nation is really bad. It's really bad. Really bad. Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much. I love the fact that you have been frank here and you have been factual here. It's not just because it is our country, we now start painting it another thing that is not now. So we need to just take the bull by the horn. So I love the fact that we all know that yes, we are suffering what we call food insecurity in our nation at the moment. Now, sometimes it is always good for you to identify a problem. But while I was at the conference today, they said the solution to our problem is within us, which is true. Yes, the solution to our problem is between us. There, that is just it. So let me now go straight to you, that you are a youth, and you are even a young lady. It is always good. I always appreciate that our youth are really doing a very great job. Sometimes one of our presidents said youth are lazy, but sometimes people started proving him wrong, that yes, we are not lazy at all, because we are really doing our bit, and we are doing our own part to make sure we have things to be get done. Now let me go straight to you, Victoria. Now we are both youth. Even myself, I'm a youth as well, and likewise you are also a youth. And let me tell you, maybe you don't know, what we are doing now is just as if we are playing our role as well, because we are lending our voice, and we are letting people that don't even know that some of these things happens, for them to know that yes, something is happening in the agri space. Now, what will you say? How do you see the role of youth in attaining food security in our nation? Our youth, we are talking about adoption of technology. We are the earlier adopter of technology, because our fathers, they don't really know anything about technology. We are the one putting them through. Now, because technology came, let me say 20th century, and we are the earlier adopter of it. So what do you see? What role do you think our youth are playing, or let me say can play, in attaining food security in our nation?
Yeah, there's a lot that our youth can do. There's a lot. There's a whole lot. There are so many angles in agriculture that our youth can actually play in. Most of the time, when you talk about agriculture, what they usually just think about is the production aspect. I will go to the farm, I'll go to the village, go to the rural area, start using hoes, start using cutlass. Well, most of the time, that is not the point. There are a lot of things they role, and a lot of things that our youth can play, a lot of role they can play in attaining food security. Currently we have the numbers. Our population is currently 217 million, and over 70% of this population consists of youth. What only 21% currently are actually willing to participate in agriculture. Not that they are even participating, that are willing. Out of 70%, only 21% are willing. So there are a lot of things we can do. We have agri-technology. People, we can come in from that angle. Since we love technology so much, our generation love technology so much, we can come in from that angle. We can come in from the social media angle, because we are social media people. Social media plays a very vital role in agriculture. It will link us to buyers, link us to sellers. A lot of things social media can do. You can be an agri person on social media that connects buyers to sellers. There are youths presently, not so much that into the training of farmers.
Capacity building.
Yes, and some of them even have applications that youths can use to learn about agriculture, empower themselves, and go into the business. And there are so many areas. There's even the climate change area, where you go and preach the gospel of climate change to those in the rural areas, and then they know about climate change, because currently in the north there has been no rain for about 5 weeks, and they were not expecting it. Then some people were experiencing massive floods and losing their crops. So if there were people that educated them and gave them orientation on how to mitigate all these things, they would have carried out better measures on how to protect their crops. Now the youth can come in this area, how to reach out to these people in the rural areas and help us to become more food secure. There's also the connection angle, where we are very connected because of social media, reaching out to the outer world to help us with this food insecurity. We also have the strength, we have the energy, we have the vigor. We know ourselves as Nigerian youth. We are full of energy. We have the strength, we have the energy, and also we have the numbers. If 50% of these youth can come in from different angles to support agriculture, we'll go a very long way in securing the food insecurity that we are currently experiencing in this country. Yeah.
Yes, awesome. That's a very good one from you. Now, I want us to go on a short break, because I know definitely you've been talking for a while now. So definitely, let me just allow you to just take a water. We'll be right back.
Farming is not just a job. Farming is a way of life. A desolate land is a land thirsty of farmers. And because we know how important farmers are to every nation, that's why we reintroduce to you the Voice of the Farmers. Voice of the Farmers is a media brand that celebrates, educates, and promotes farmers with constant trainees and guide on how best to be a successful farmer. We also link farmers to the right markets to sell their produce and to the right marketers. Voice of the Farmers is active on Facebook, Instagram, and Thread at Voice of the Farmers. We are also on YouTube at Voice of the Farmers TV. For more inquiry on how to link up with Voice of the Farmers, please call 0907 872 8228 or 0706 662 8752. Voice of the Farmers. We celebrate, educate, and promote farmers.
Yes, that is what we do at Voice of the Farmer. We celebrate, educate, and promote farmers. That is what we do. We are farmers advocates. Definitely, we link them to the government. We link them to opportunities. We do capacity building, and we do a lot of things when it comes to agricultural sector. And that is why we are having a conversation with some of our young ladies in the house to talk to us about some of the roles that our youth can play in attaining food security. And before we go on that short break, she was talking about some things that I want us to talk more about. She was saying some of the things, some of the roles our youth can play. She was talking about social media. She was talking about digital platform. She was talking about connection, which is true. You know, yes, I met Victoria on LinkedIn, and now here we are talking about something. That is one of the power of social media. Likewise, you as well, you can also make use of social media to connect farmers to the world, because it is very, very important. You know, one of the problems that we're having in the agri space is that we don't have markets. Yes, that is very, very important, because when someone was talking today, he was saying one of the things you need to consider is that produce what the market wants. Let the market be the determinant of your production, because when you are producing what the market don't want, definitely you are expecting to have what we call post-harvest loss. So you need to also always produce what the market want, and that is why it is very, very important for us to look at how can we build capacity around marketing, how can we build capacity around climate change, because now she was saying rain is not falling in the north. Likewise in the southwest as well, we've experienced rain is even more than 2 months now, getting close to 2 months, and that is the effect of climate change. You know, climate change is real. Yes, that is it. It is just real. Now let me just go straight to Victoria, because to be sincere with you, I love the fact that you are giving us your words with statistics, which is a good one. You know, you are trying to let us know that yes, I'm being factual here and I know what I'm saying, which is a good one. I love the fact that I think you are trying to prove to me that when they say ladies are very, very intelligent, and that means you are beautiful and you are intelligent as well. Good one to you. Now going back just to you now, Victoria. Now I think we need to set a pace now, and let us just make it on a lighter mood. You know, I expect to see someone like you to be in the medical line, maybe to be maybe you are doing banking, you are doing accounting, because I know ladies love money. Yes, Olo Beremo. Now, why do you decide to go into agri space?
This my journey is a long story, a very, very long story. But let me cut it short since there's no time. First of all, during we have a lot of insecurity in the north here, a lot of crisis, a lot of uproar, so many things happen. So in 2010, there was a crisis in Jos, and I had to stay in an IDP camp with my family and my younger brother. We suffered severe hunger in that camp. Severe hunger in that camp. You imagine, I don't know if you know this peak milk can, that small peak milk can, they will cook three of that beans, three of that for about 15-20 children. And some children are faster than some. How will you survive? Oh my God, we were hungry. We were hungry for days. So it was not an easy experience. And then that motivated me. I said, no. We cannot suffer this kind of hunger. It was too much. So and that after that experience, anytime I pass through a farm, I'll be like, when will I have my own farm? When will I feed people? that has always been my dream. But somehow along the line, I don't know where I lost it. I now wanted to become a medical doctor later, because I think I was becoming ashamed because nobody wanted to be a farmer. In fact, when I brought it to the of my family that I want to farm, they were like, farm what? We left that for our grandparents. You want to farm what? But after some time, I made up my mind that this is actually what I want to do. When I see plants, I rejoice because I know somebody will eat. Somebody would not go hungry the way I went hungry in that camp. And then I started And then after that, I started doing research and I started seeing the statistics, and I was like, "Ma, this is bad, and somebody needs to do something about it." And that is why I specialize in producing maize and soya beans, because they are staple food consumed in this country. Let there be abundance of it. You can imagine that Nigeria, with so much, is still importing this stuff. It's heartbreaking. So
Hmm.
I said, okay, let me do what is staple. Very soon I'll be going into vegetable production too, because it's a staple to consume in this country. So that was what happened. Oh, it was hunger that made me to become a farmer. Hunger, real one.
Yes, yes, I love that fact that you even hammer on that word. It was hunger that made me to be a farmer. Now you know it is. I do say this, that you will definitely need a doctor once in a year. You will need a lawyer once in your lifetime, but you will need a farmer 3 days, 3 times in a day. So that means now, in all of us understand, we understand the language of hunger. Nobody can go on. You can never go hunger, because an hungry man is an angry man. When you are hungry, you are angry. That is just it. So you know, listen to your story. You actually went through all those pain in the IDP camp. Then why don't you? I think you made the right decision. That is just it. You made the right, because you know Yoruba will say, "And yes, this thing is not easy at all." So I think, well, you made the right decision. Now, let me ask this question now, because to be sincere, your story is inspiring. And I think after this show, probably some other time, we will definitely bring you on board to come and tell us that long story. You know, you cut it short now. So you tell us that long story, and let's see how you definitely find yourself in this position now. Now it's a good one. Now I think you are talking about stigmatization, where people don't want to become farmer. They are saying, it is meant for the old people. Now let me ask you this question: do you see agriculture as a dirty job?
Agriculture is the cleanest job ever. It's the
Hmm.
cleanest. There's nothing dirty about agriculture. It's fun when you put a
Hmm.
seed and then you
Hmm.
see it germinate after so many days. It is not a dirty job. It is
Exactly.
in
Exactly.
fact, who is even referring to it as a dirty job? Everybody is living on agriculture. The tech
Hmm.
bros, the
Hmm.
doctors, the
Hmm.
lawyers, we are all living on agriculture. It's not a dirty
Hmm.
job. It is the cleanest and the best job in the world.
Hmm.
And I'm a proud
Hmm.
farmer. I'm a proud
Hmm.
farmer. I remember there was one
Hmm.
time I wanted to, okay, let me try this tech stuff. I wanted to try data analysis, and I was not really catching up. So one day I sat down and I told myself, but really, you want to
Same.
farm? You will be the one that will feed data analyst, Abi.
Hmm.
Just stay on your lane and do what you want to do and grow there and become good at it.
Hmm.
So it is not a dirty job. It is a very, very good job. Very clean.
Yes, awesome, awesome. I love the fact that you said that yes, it's not a dirty job, boy, because we need to start changing the narrative. You know, people believe it's a dirty job, and it is even meant for the poor. You know, I can tell you categorically that farming is not meant for the poor, because talking about getting land,
Yeah,
you go need money, getting seed, getting labor,
it
getting
is not
input, get
it is not for
harvesting, putting
it is
technology in place. Do you think, are you not telling me that is for the poor? That means you
it
are
is not
getting
for
it wrong now. Now let's now go down to to something that would definitely benefit some of our people who listen to us out there, because I know you have a lot you would definitely want to tell us. Now, you know, some of our youths, you know, today is International Youth Day, and we are still in the moment now. You know, some of our youth don't really see the opportunities in their book space. That, you know, we have a lot of opportunity yet untapped, that we have not even scratched at all in the book space. But you know, you have carved a niche for yourself. You know, you have almost like 2 or 3 things you are doing. You are an advocate. You are in the production sector. You are doing this. You are doing that. That means you can't even say you are done with your school and you are looking for a job. I think, no, that is not possible. It is either you employ people to work for you and see how you can expand. Now, this team, this year team is talking about digitalization. You know, you already said it, that it is the word of digitalization. Now, you know, some of the things I learned something from the conference we had today. You know, some of these things that we guys know, especially people that use our phone, that we just press phone. Even some of us can press phone on the road. Some of the things that we know are things that our farmers don't know. And if they know this, it's really going to assist them in improving their production. Let me give you an instance. some farmers, they don't really know about the size of their land. An example was given today. Some of these farmers, they asked the farmer that, how many hectares do you have? The man was saying, I have up to like 100 hectares. And anytime you want to pay for input, you want to pay for plowing, you want to pay for harrowing, they will charge him for 100 hectares of land. But now he now got to meet someone. He has been doing that for some years. He now got to meet someone. Someone has said, okay, this person does come to his farm and adopt technology and help him to get the size of his land. You won't believe he just have 5 hectares of land, and he has been paying for 100 hectares of land for everything he do. For that alone, that knowledge gap alone, which is something that our youth can always bridge. Talking about some of our farmers that doesn't even know how to keep records, and you know how to use Excel, and you are saying there is no job outside. The thing is just that I always ask every youth that, what are you bringing to the table? What value are you adding to these farmers before they will give you money? So I will now ask you, as a youth out there, that you are also, when it comes to technology, you are also there. So what are the things, what advice, or let me say, what will you say our youth can always tap into just for them to make a living? Because, looking at food security, it is the message of the day. Like, it's just the business of the day. We have not talked about unemployment too. The Yoruba will say, we know what is affecting us now is hunger. That is why we are talking about food security. Unemployment is there. But we can always talk about food security and also unemployment, because when you support farmers, definitely you are also getting a job for yourself as well. Do you get what I'm saying now? So what will be your message? What are the things you think our farmers can do so that they will be able, our youth can do, so that they'll be able to also contribute to food security in our nation when it comes to digitalization?
Sorry, your network was breaking, so I didn't get the question clearly.
Yes, what I'm trying to say is just that, what would be your message, or let me say, what are the things you think our youth can do when it comes to digitalization? I was talking about some example, talking about data management, talking about drone, talking about precision, but you need to let them understand that, yes, these are things you can do to also make money for yourself, while you're talking about there is no employment in the nation.
And there's a lot we can do with digitalization in agriculture, because with this incidence of climate change right now, we need a lot of digitization in the agri space. For example, most of our farmers don't know anything about precision agriculture. That could just be the area you go into, educating them about precision agriculture. There are so many organizations that are looking for people that will go into the rural areas to educate farmers about precision agriculture and introduce them and train them about this technology. We also have the area of storage. Many farmers do not have access to storage. We could reach them, and storage too is now even this thing is hard for me to pronounce, digitalized. Storage can be digitalized, and then we give access to farmers about storage where they can confidently come and store their produce. Because another thing Nigeria is suffering is not only production but also post-harvest loss, that's wastage. So if we can work on the storage, if the youths can come up with an idea and work on storage, it will go a very long way, where these farmers come and have confidence that they can store this stuff here for a token, and then after some time they can sell it off. It will go a long way. That could be your area. Funnily, here in Plateau State, we have only one cold room storage for vegetable farmers, and that it started just last year, just one. So that's another area the youths can latch on. And then another angle is processing. Another angle is processing. You can go into the processing, because most of the time we want to export, but there's no value if you export raw materials. They are looking for value added products. So we have to do something about that. The youth can go into that angle with the digitalization. Marketing also and help these farmers to market their products online. That is another angle the youth can come in from. Another angle it can come in from is mental health. Like one of my friends in Kebbi State, they suffered heavy flood, and then he lost over 10 hectares of his produce. He was farming. He farmed millet, and it was lost. And he was smiling. I said, "Sir, how are you smiling? If I am the one, I would be collecting drip by now." But I know he's just smiling to mask his pain. So those kind of people, they need help. They need help mentally, because it's a huge loss for them. That's another area our youth can come in from. Advocacy also, I've spoken about that before. Policy making. We need the youth of voice, the voices of the youth when it comes to policy making, because there are very few youths in that area that are speaking out about agriculture. And last, and as you spoke about the record keeping, all those things, there are areas the youth can come in. This era is all about technology, and everything I've mentioned, technology can come in one way or the other to help the youth to gain employment.
Yes, thank you very much. I even appreciate the fact that you are trying to be very careful with the pronunciation, that is digitalization. So I think you are very, very careful pronouncing that. That is a good one from you. Now, you've already hit the nail on the head, and I think I appreciate that. I appreciate you for that. Now, let's talk about policy making. What you said was what even made me to go into that as well. And I'll be asking my question in the aspect of government. People will always be asking for enabling environment. Now, do you think our youths have an enabling environment? Because we are calling them to come into our Greek space. Do we have enabling environment for the youth? And how do you think they can go about it?
One thing about the terrain of Nigeria is resilience. So because I won't say it's an enabling environment. So you need to have a lot of resilience to actually come into this space in this country. Very, very serious. So it's not an enabling environment. The policies are not helping. The economy is not helping. In fact, when I wanted to farm this year, what I budgeted is different from what I've spent now. And sometimes I'll be like, who sent me? Who sent me? Am I sure I'm doing the right thing? Because it's not enabling at all. It's not enabling at all. And then they said, okay, the government will say, okay, we are giving out grants, but it never really gets to the youth that actually want to do this stuff. So we have to create an enabling environment where these funds they are actually giving out reaches the people, the genuine and sincere youth that really want to go into this space. But when it comes to enabling environment, it is not enabling at all. So for the people that you see on this space, it is resilience that is keeping them. It is passion. It is because they love what they do. The environment is not enabling at all.
Yes, and that will bring me to what I want. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. I think the network is not too good from your hand, but let's just go with it. Thank you very much for what you just said. You said something about passion, which is very, very important. Passion keep us moving. Passion keep us going. Resilience keep us moving. It keep us going as well. Because it is very, very important in the agri space. Someone was saying something today. Some of our youth we say, we don't have the capital to start. We don't have investors to invest in us. But I will always ask this question: that you yourself, just check yourself. Can you invest in yourself? Like, let's assume you are the investor that have that money. With the way you are behaving, with the way you are doing, can you invest in yourself? Some of us we lack integrity. They cannot even invest in you. They can't. You yourself. You can't even trust yourself, because those are some of the experiences that some of these investors had, which even made them to run away. And that is why I will be making reference to one of our farmers, Mr. Damilola Akinfenwa, which is a very good one. He shared the story on our platform some time ago. He never had anything on him, but he was working with someone, but he said, I don't want to work for someone again. I want to go into the Greek space. Luckily for him, he spoke with one of his brother outside the country, and the person invested 150,000 in him to start a broiler farming. And now he's doing the second cycle of broiler now. Now, some of our youth, we are saying there is no job, there is no investment, there is no this. Check yourself. Can people trust you and invest in you? Do you know that people that have that money somewhere, they don't even know what to do with it? But you just need to position yourself and build that trust that yes, people can trust you. Now, another thing I want to say is just that, some of us, we are looking for job, we are looking for investors. You see, that little one, even if it is just a plot of land and you planted maize, you have tried this thing, you'll be able to tell a story. It is different for you telling me that I just want to start than telling me I have started, I've done it, and I've done this. You are making reference to something. We need to pass this message to our youth out there, because these are where we are making mistakes. You see, That small, the woman even went ahead and said that your wig. Some of us, especially ladies, you guys can invest 400,000 naira in wig. You'll be putting like a building on your head and you're putting on wig. Why not selling that wig and get a land for yourself, or you lease a land, then you start something. Now do it for like 2 years and look for investor, look for grant, go for business pitching, and you see. You know, while we are talking the other time, you are saying business grants go to tech world, it's go to some other, tech, you have something to show. You can tell them the numbers of code you have done, you can tell them the number of websites you have done. But now if you are a farmer, you don't even have you are saying I should invest in you don't even have a farm. Hey, you are saying I should invest in you for fish farming, you don't even have a pond, you don't do anything, and you're saying I should invest in you. We need to tell ourselves the truth. So our youth out there, I think what we need to do is just that we need to try and position ourselves very well. Let me tell you something. When preparation meets opportunity, it turns to luck. When you are prepared, like, yes, I'm doing this now, I'm doing this thing. When opportunity comes, you'll say, this guy do juju. Waiting happen now. That is just it. So please, youth out there, I'm not saying you should leave what you are doing. Continue doing your tech. Continue doing your engineering. Continue being in the medical aspect. But when you are thinking of something else to diversify to, think about agriculture. It is very, very important, because food is everybody's business. Food is everybody's business. So everybody must eat in a day. Now, let me go straight back to Miss Victoria Olorunsho Olabode. Yes, you really made my day.
I would like to add something to what you said before.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Yes, there are people out there that are ready to give out money to farmers. But first of all, like you said before, are you really prepared? You have to be very knowledgeable about what you want to do. I'll talk about my first farming circle. I started, I was very passionate, very excited. Oh my God, my crops were doing very well, but I made heavy losses. And I had to sit down and ask myself question, why did you lose? What happened? And then I discovered I was not knowledgeable enough about the business, and that was why I made losses. Yeah, so this one will say its own, I will pick it. This one will say its own, I'll pick it. I didn't have the knowledge for myself, so I took 1 year off, a whole year. I took a whole year off to study the business, study agriculture, study the area I want to specialize in, and then I came back and I'm doing better right now. So during that period where I was making losses, I was applying for some opportunities, for some grants here and there. And then I was not getting it. And I was like, is it bad luck? Is it that I don't know what I'm doing? All this stuff. And then this year, when I'm doing the same application, and then I see my application of previous years, I'll tell myself, if you are the investor, you don't invest in yourself. This thing you wrote, does it make sense to you? You have to know how to position yourself, and you are very knowledgeable about the thing you are doing. If not, nobody is going to support you. That one I agree with you.
Yes, awesome. That's a very good one from you. Let us just go on this short break again. And definitely we have been having a long discussion. So let us just have a break. Then we'll come back from that break. Thank you.
E pass wetin you go just break, e comot, e chop, abi you soak garri. Yes o, coconut e pass chop. Coconut na one fruit wey everything for im body plus even the shell e get important use. You sef no know ba? Na why you gat to patronize TUJ coconut products. TUJ coconut products na 100% from coconut. Talk about coconut oil wey dem dey use treat arthritis, coconut oil for cooking, coconut flour, coconut chips, coconut swallow, coconut oil, cold press and hot press. Plus all the coconut products wey you dey find. Our head office dey number 12 Adebowale Caroline Street off Winner Street, Aradagun, Badagry. We also dey deliver for anywhere for inside Naija abi outside Naija. All you need to do na to call us abi chat us for this number 0806 475 4853 0806 475 4853. Abi make you follow us for all our social media pages at TUJ Coconuts. TUJ Coconut Products na chiamo for different better coconut products wey you dey find.
Voice of farmers has come to stay.
Thank you, sir.
And from my interaction with them, I've seen that they are knowledgeable in the area of agriculture. Every farmer stands to gain something from their experience. Their interaction with people too could be of great benefit to farmers. So even if you have problems with your farming work, you can approach them. They can connect you to whoever that they feel could help you to solve your problem. So Voice of Farmer, you are endorsed.
Thank you very much, sir. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate that, sir. Yes, that is it from the Badagry local government chairman. That is Honorable Day when he endorsed Voice of the Farmer. He was saying, yes, he had a good interaction with us, and definitely we know what you are doing. And yes, we know what you are doing. We know our onions because we do what we call linkages between farmers and government. We help you to get market for your produce, and we also advocate for you as well. And also, what we do is just that we also do what we call training, capacity building for farmers in order to make sure that they have good productivity and profitability as well. Now, let me go straight to my guest again. I love the fact that we are having this conversation this night. It's really an awesome time with you because I really learned a lot from you. Thank you very much for coming. And I really know that definitely you have a lot to share with us. Now, let us just go straight to the point now. I do say this, that when we say education is expensive, try ignorance. When you say education is expensive, try ignorance. Now, the thing is this: what role do you think education is playing in agriculture? You said it all that you failed when you started your stuff, your farming, because you did not have knowledge about it. I do say this to every youth that before you go into agriculture, go find time, go learn about them. Yes, that's what we call learning on the job, but notwithstanding, go and learn about it. In the year 2022, 2023, the first month, that is January, I dedicated that first month, that January, to go for a training. I did not do anything. I did not look for a job. I just went for a training that, yes, I want to start my new year in building the capacity. So now, what role do you think education is playing in the agri space?
Okay. When it comes to the to education in Nigeria, we're not doing so much about agriculture. It's just a normal subject in our primary school, secondary school. They don't make it interesting. They don't make it look like a source of livelihood. In fact, you dare not tell a teacher that, okay, I want to be a farmer. They'll be like, doing this one. Instead, when they ask you in science class, what do you want to be? I want to be a doctor. I want to be a pharmacist. I want to be this. When you go to the art class, I want to be an actor, an actress. Just the jobs that look big. Nobody wants to be a farmer. So there's a lot to be done. We need to start inculcating this from the kindergarten classes. We need to make agriculture interesting for these children. There's an urban agriculture now that we can introduce into our curriculum. You must not go to the rural areas to farm. There are so many. Most of the time when I go for all this my advocacy program in school, I teach them how to even farm in their houses. It's very interesting, and then you see wonderful feedbacks. We make agriculture interesting. We show them the other part of agriculture. Most of the time when you see agriculture in primary school, they say draw a hoe, draw a cutlass. Who wants to do that one? Nobody wants to be interested in that one. So we need to do more in our education space to make our coming generation interested in agriculture. Make it fun, make it beautiful. Let them fall in love with it. Let them know that this food that they are consuming, somebody is producing it, and you can be a part of it. We can go as far as that. Most of the education system we have now for agriculture in Nigeria that I stand there are mostly informal, organized by individuals, organized by people, but no attention is given to agriculture in our school system.
Yes, awesome, awesome. I love the fact that you said that. When I was in school, then one of the subjects that you write notes and tire is agriculture. You shall be writing notes. Waiting up, you'll be drawing. Kilo shele. Even that alone will not make you to fall in love with agriculture. So I love the fact that you said we need to look into our educational system. We need to make agriculture more enticing and more attractive. And I love the fact that you are also doing what we call advocacy to schools as well, because also Voice of the Farmer is running on a project called Every School Must Own a Farm, where we go to schools to train them, to mentor them, and also to create awareness about it, which is a good one. I hope other youth can also emulate this and also try and see how we can make agriculture more enticing. So now we have some people at the back end commenting. We have Steve. He said, very articulate, Victoria. Great job watching from Kenya. Yes, watching from Kenya. Someone said, very interesting conversation. The future is agriculture. That is Steve again. Someone said, Gariba Ahmed. He said, watching from Ghana. Yes, well done. And someone said, Mr. Damilola said, power of social media. Mr. Damilola, that is Akinfenwa. That is the one I was making reference to, that someone invested 150,000 on. He said, Happy International Youth Day, and he was saying, well done to us as well. So, in case you have a question to ask, just drop your question in the comment section. We are going to definitely treat them and ask our guest today that is giving us an insightful moment about some things that we need to know when it comes to agriculture. But now, let me ask you this question, Victoria. How do you feel as a lady being a farmer? How do you feel? Are you not feeling intimidated? Like, as pretty as you are a farmer, holding cutlass, and how do you feel?
Oh my God, oh my God, very interesting question. It comes with its own ups and downs. Okay, there was one day I went to this place where they sell farming implements, and then the guy was asking a lot of questions. I was answering. So one man was just looking at me. He said, "Who sent you to come and buy these things?" I said, "No, nobody sent me. I came to buy them for my friend." He said, it's a lie. It cannot be true. What are you doing there? In fact, in just 2 weeks ago, I went for a program, and then they were discussing about a particular location. So I now told the man that I know that place, so I usually go there to farm. The next thing he asked me is, "What the hell are you doing there?" So also that's a reaction I usually get from people when I say I farm. Like, go and find something better to do. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. But you're wasting your strength. Do something better. But when they see the energy I come with, they'll now like, okay, there's something good here. There's something good here. So that's what comes with a young lady being in the agri space. So I am usually excited when I see ladies like me, because I'm like, okay, I'm not alone. There are so many in this. But I also enjoy it when it comes like, okay, she's different. I enjoy that part of it too. So that's what comes with agriculture, especially here in the north, where the ladies don't do that kind of stuff. So, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the separation, the distinction. Okay.
I love the fact that you said you are enjoying it, and that is what we call passion. It's very important, and this is not farming. Since food is not just meant for boys, or it's not meant for male, it's not meant for men. Definitely, all of us supposed to go do farming now. Not be only us, not be only men who are come now. Did you get it? So it should just be a gender balanced equation now. Yes, everybody should be doing it, and I love the fact that yes, you love what you are doing, which is a good one from you there. So now, just for me, let's start wrapping up, because we have like 45 minutes discussion, which is a good one from you. Now, what will be your advice? What will be your advice? Or before we go to the advice of a thing, I want you to talk about volunteerism. While I was growing up, I think immediately I finished my NYSC 2017. I did a lot of volunteerism in the media space, not even in the agri space now, because I never had background in agriculture, but I had the background in the media space. When I finished my secondary school, that is NYSC 2017, I worked with different radio stations as an intern. I worked with different online platforms as an intern, and that is what brought me to where I am today. Some of our youth there, I think one of the things they need to understand is that before you get to where you are going to, you need to definitely get to where you are not going to. Did you get that word at all? You are going to just, you definitely get to some state that you are not going to. So volunteerism can always shape you. Did you get it down? And coupled with the fact that in agriculture, we grow, we don't blow. Hello, in agriculture, you grow, you don't blow. You don't. It's not like you are organ transformer or something like this. Now, it's not music entertainment that you are going to say, I want to blow. No, you only grow, and it is just a gradual process. Now, what is your take about volunteerism in agriculture?
Okay. It's very, very, very important. Most of this Western world that we admire, they grew on the shoulders of volunteerism. Wherever you see, you will always see volunteers coming out to do things for a lot of organizations. So they grew on the shoulders of volunteerism, and it's one thing our youth need to emulate. Me myself, I'm still a volunteer for an organization called Naza Agape Foundation, and this foundation goes deep into some areas in Jos, in Plateau State, still affected by crisis, into those IDP camps to see how they can help. And this further solidified my posture towards agriculture, for that someone needs to provide for these people. So when you volunteer in this agricultural space, you are also contributing to food security. You will sleep with the knowing that somebody is not going to bed hungry today because of the work I am doing. it even if you're not getting paid for it, there's this excitement, there's this peace you get that somebody is not going to bed hungry because of this work I am doing. So anywhere our youth see an opportunity to volunteer, especially in the agri space, please, they should go into it, because it will go a long way in fighting food insecurity in this country.
Yes, that's awesome. That, and we are going to be rounding up now. But I want to say something about what you said. You know, before you start looking for money, you need to learn before you earn. You must learn before you earn, and for you to learn, you must volunteer. You know, it is just like that. Is just the parable of it, of everything. Before you earn, you must learn, and while you are learning, volunteerism will make you to learn. That is just it. So now I'll go straight to you, and I want you to be back to our factual here. Definitely, I think yes. Before we go, Seb, I think we need to just play a game just to make it fun as well, because it is International Youth Day. So let's just play a game and ask a question just to make it fun and at least celebrate ourselves. Now, I will ask this question. It's going to be like this or that now, and I want you to be sincere with me. Niger or Japa?
Niger.
Why do you choose Niger?
Well, somebody has to be around to arrange the whole something. I choose Niger anytime, and then the freedom I enjoy in my country. I love it.
You choose Niger anytime. Now let's just make it on a slight mode. Now you know, it's when it comes to youth, it's always about love. It's always about affection. It's always about this. It's always about that. Now you know this question might be personal, but you know because we are playing a game, definitely you just need to give an answer. And if you don't have an answer, then you just say no. Do you prefer a light skinned guy or a dark skinned guy?
Dark skin guy.
See you.
Eh,
That's awesome. Now, for some people might be thinking, what are these guys doing? You know, it's International Youth Day. We are just catching fun and also making sure we are sending a message to someone. Now, someone just asked a question, just a quick question to Victoria. How is the government of Nigeria helping SME, especially agricultural base, since it is backbone of your economy? I suppose, are they subsidizing the price of fertilizer and seedlings? Do you get that question?
yes, I did.
That is Steve from Kenya. So how do you want to answer that?
Okay, the government of Nigeria is actually doing a lot. In fact, they pump a lot of money into this space. But the problem is that most of the time it doesn't get to the people that actually need it. Most of these fertilizers you see on them not for sale, but you pay a token to get them. Some of these
Uh,
things
no,
not
they,
for
they
sale.
don't they don't sell out for you. They just collect something from you. That's
Okay.
just it.
So that's just the issue. The Nigerian government pumps a lot of money into this sector, but it actually does not get to the people that actually need it. That's what is happening right now. So what we are pleading for and advocating for is that please, it should be getting to us that actually need it. That is just the
Yes.
issue here.
Yes, thank you very much. I think I will make a reaction on that as well too, because I happen to work not directly, but at least I have access to some of these government officials. But they also understand. I think things are changing now. Sometimes, let me say 2 or 3 years ago, when they are doing empowerment, you see, empowerment will not even get to farmers. You'll be seeing tailor, you'll be seeing a fashion designer, seeing carpenter collecting fertilizer. What did they want to use and do? But I think they have now identified the problem that yes, this thing is not getting to the real farmers now. And what they are now doing is that they now want to work with farmers in cluster. You see, that is why I think that is another topic for another day. If you are a farmer in Nigeria, don't do your farming activities in isolation. Join cluster, join association. You will definitely get a lot of benefit, because benefits are going through them now. When governments want to do any empowerment, they go through the cluster, they go through the association. So if you are a farmer and you want to get a subsidized rate of fertilizer, seedlings, input, you must not work alone. That is the Liverpool motto: never work alone. Work with association, so that you'll be able to definitely get something better to do and get something to learn from them as well, to also get as a benefit. So now, going back to Victoria, just to wrap it up, we just have a few minutes, that is let me say 3 minutes to go. Now, what would be your goodwill message, like to celebrate International Youth Day, your advice to our youth out there, for them to always think about agriculture, not just like a secondary job, but at least they should see how they can venture into agriculture and see how we can grow what we eat?
Like you said before, you need a doctor, maybe once or twice a year. In a year, you need a lawyer maybe once in a year, but you need a farmer 3 times a day. So you know that this space we are talking about is a very, very vital space, and then everyone needs to put their hands on deck. So what I'm saying to all our youth out there is that there is somewhere for you. There is somewhere in agriculture for you. You must not go to the farm to use the hoe and the cutlass. There's somewhere for you. Just find the space and grow there, and you see Nigeria becoming a better place, especially when it comes to food security. So please and please, our youth, try to engage more in agriculture. Thank you.
Awesome. I love the fact that you ended it well. Like, please, and please, our youth, try to engage in agriculture. To be sincere with you, you made my day. You made my day, and it was a very, very wonderful session. And maybe you don't know, I need to announce this to everybody. And I'm supposed to be in Badagry today, but because of this International Youth Day, I'm in Ibadan right now, and I was contesting for a post in Badagry that is for one of our association as well. But fortunately for me, I won. And also, there are so many things that was happening today that I was just like, everything was just doing like in coincidence. I was like, and I think you also made my day today as well. This International Youth Day 2024 is a good one for me, a big one for me. So I want to say a very big thank you to you, Victoria. It's always good we connect again. When I saw you on LinkedIn, I was like, let me just talk to this person, not knowing that yes, this is someone that will bring something of happiness and joy to what we are doing here. So I want to say a very big thank you to you, because I would love to host more and more and more of it, because I know you have a lot you want to definitely dish out for our youth. Because of time, that is why we just have you. You don't really have that time to talk about something. So I really appreciate your efforts, and keep doing what you are doing, because you are an inspiration to someone out there. Yes, you are doing a very great job, because I saw some of the pictures you sent to me. You are doing a very great job, and being a lady alone, you are awesome. I must say you are awesome. And say me well to your younger brother. That is our tech guru in house. So please say me well to him. We need to also acknowledge him as well. Thank you very much for, I don't know his name, but thank you very much for at least helping out to at least to make this happen. So yes, we'll be rounding up the show today. But before I go, I will be saying this to our youth out there. Please, if you are thinking of something, think of agriculture. Yes, it is a sector that allow almost everybody to come in. Please do something. This is what we can always do to go out of this food insecurity that we have made ourselves now. Let us see how we can put our resources together. Don't work alone. Work with people, work with groups, so that we'll be able to achieve what we call food security in our nation. My name is Garuba Fizolumide once again. When it comes to agriculture, that is where you always meet me. That is just my own passion. That is my own area of specialization. And I love to bring out our farmers, let them tell their story, and also share their experience and challenges as well. Till I come your way next time. Yes, till I come your way next time. My name is Garuba Fizolumide once again. I say bye-bye and God bless.
Àgbẹ̀ ló láyé o, mo máa bá gbẹ̀ lọ o. Àgbẹ̀ ló láyé o, láyé fi gùn. Àgbẹ̀ ló láyé o, láyé fi gùn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ìlú tí ò bá ságbẹ̀ lè bí ọ̀gbàgbà fọwọ́ mẹ́kẹ́ tí máa ń bá wọn múlẹ̀ bí ẹ̀gbẹ́ iṣu. Show me a city without farmers and I will show you a land of farming. Nítorí àwa mọ pàtàkì àwọn àgbẹ̀ láwùjọ, la ṣe ṣàgbékalẹ̀ ikọ̀ Voice of the Farmers. Ohùn fún àwọn àgbẹ̀, Voice of the Farmers jẹ́ ikọ̀ tó ń dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn àgbẹ̀ jákèjádò nípa ìṣètò àwọn ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó yè kooro lóòrèkóòrè lórí ìlànà